not going to have time to do all this today, so we're not, Luna. It's going to get dark on us. They messed this side up badly over the years. This was a proper lane here. Farmers would have used it at one time. And before it was a path, they had access to fields. And the path at the bottom of the river, there was a bit of a landslide and it was getting washed away. So they came up with the idea, we'll close off the path at the bottom of the river. And they had some bridges, good bridges, and they got chainsaws and they cut the bridges away. But then shortly after they built this path at the top, the wee bridge on the top was overswamped, it was too small. So then they closed the whole side off until they put on a new bridge. Then they put a massive big bridge on, so it wouldn't get cut off again. And that was out for a while, but then there was another landslide in this top path. The same landslide that closed off the bottom, closed off the top, because the whole thing slid down. And after the last landslide then, after they spent all the money in this top path, they closed it off and they reopened the bottom path. What does that not cost like? And they had to put in new bridges where they cut the other ones away. It's wasting money a lot like. And the thing is, the top path, you still walk it. Instead of being 10 foot wide like this, it's 2 foot wide now. I suppose you could argue it could landslide again. So why not just take 10 foot of the farmer's field, like, put a wee ramp around? Problem solved. So you've got a whole big section of forest that nobody has an access. You can still get there if you know how to get there, but our day tripper's not going to get there. And you see these markers here. There's one there. It's got numbers on it and stuff. There's these markers all over the place. And you used to be able to get a booklet and at the reception. And 2 of them markers were on the bottom path that was closed off for years. And there was waterfalls. And you couldn't get access to the waterfalls. Even though they were in their booklet, they called it the wetlands or whatever. A lot of things just don't make sense. No fence here now. For some reason they decided they needed a fence. They put a fence the whole way along here. It's gone now. So they didn't have a fence. They don't have a fence. Why did they have to put a fence there for so many years? Just money wasted. Nobody's fell off there before the fence was up. Nobody's fell off there since the fence was taken down. Why did they ever have to put a fence there to begin with? And that's the way the whole place works. They get so much money. Oh, I have to spend this money. I will put a fence up. Now a tree falls and breaks a plank. So now you want to see the barricades now. They start you going this top path up here. I like the top path when it's a stormy day. You get the wind up here. But I like the bottom path because it's just nice to look at. I haven't crossed the Blue Bridge in years because Wallow couldn't do it. I'm going to take wee Luna across the Blue Bridge today. See how she gets on. Blue Bridge is the only steel bridge. That's all one steel. It's a proper big steel bridge, but young boys jump off it. They jump off from downstream side. No, the upstream side. Upstream side. You see the paint wore off. Look at that there to stop you getting down that closed path. The amount of effort to go there, and people still get on it. Check this for real. Wee badgers and all in there. How wee badgers. There was the most beautiful steps here years ago. I might have some photographs of it. And you see these big white steps go around the corner. The original steps, you might see the path used to be. And if you imagine like a pencil, you know when you sharpen a pencil, you get a point. Well, you imagine you get the post and you sharpen both ends. The actual planks going up was like a pencil sharpened at both ends, and the points were in holes hollowed out of the uprights. No nails used. The on fence was built with skill. Beautiful fence. They built this path and they cut the other one down. It's perfect. The only thing it was a bit steep, so they wanted to get a wider footpath, easier access. That's probably part of the original path there. See a bit of the angle. it seems such a waste. A handcrafted fence. The boy that built that put effort into it. And the fence was perfect. And they took it, they just scrapped it. So between cutting bridges away, there was nothing wrong with them. Knocking down fences, you just don't know. And then the forestry service have money for nothing. Campsites can't even put a toilet seat down. So I don't know who allocates the money to what department. The old path went up there along the side. Went up along the side like. I see, they can even put that on if they wanted to. But it's harder going up these steps because you're zigzagging around the circle. As I said before, this park has all got the real stuff. At the other side of here is a wee round hut. It looks like a wee thing for visitors. When I came years ago, it had a wooden shingle roof on it. The young boy set on fire. That was a bathing hut for the lords and ladies to change in. And they swam in this, swam next to this weir. And it had a wee fire and all. And you imagine your servants coming down, they would let the wee fire and all for them. And they would put on the big bathing suits, you know, the things that covered the whole bodies up. But that bridge there, it's metal now. That was a wooden bridge. Nothing wrong with it. And they closed the path off and they stopped people going on it. They cut the bridge away. There's another big bridge up above. They cut that away. There's the original path went up, where it had the nice handrails. We'll just take a wee peek at this a minute. Luna! I'm not going this way today. Might come back up this way. We'll come back up. But we won't come up this way, Luna. Luna, come on this way. We'll come back up this way. Come on this way. We'll do this blue bridge. So we'll come back up this way and we'll have to climb them steps because it'll be getting dark again. Oh, you know what, Luna? When it gets dark, what's the best way out? We'll walk down that way. We'll take a look at this blue bridge. We won't bother crossing it. The other path's easier. Going up in the dark will be tricky. You gotta think ahead, like. This blue bridge had a wee step on it. So that you see the bit at the bottom of the wooden handrails. They extended it by another 12 feet to do away with the step. Who in a wheelchair is going to come down all that way to go up on this bridge? Like, it's not going to happen. The dogs never like this bridge because they can see under. Planks go the opposite way from other bridges. Let me see what Luna's like. Look, Luna's looking down beneath her, look. Oh, she's snuffing. Oh no, Luna! That big rock there, what do you call it? Cahan's Rock. The Cahans, they had a fort up there, just up the river a bit. That's why them places like Salmon Leap and Staban, where a horse is supposed to have jumped off. You see the hoof print. These are stories, they travel around like. So it's the same story basically here than there's in Staban Glen, where a horse jumped off, or was the dog leaped off there? Down here they have the dog leap. So maybe they've got a dog print. There's something leapt off there anyway. But boys come here practicing abseiling on that. So you see the wee anchor points above. You're not scared of this bridge? You're not scared of heights? I'm just thinking what way we go. What way do we go, Luna? We'll go down this way. Normally I walk the other way, but I'm just thinking it's going to get dark on us. We haven't time to do this is the biggest part of the forest. So you got two paths on this side. You got the one that closed off that we still walk anyway, and the lower path. And then there's three paths on the other side, but it also widens out on the other side. So you can do like a bit of a route. You did a poo there now after all this time. There's any buns down here. This is time for a biodegradable bag here. Don't have a biodegradable bag. There better be a bun shortly. That's well camouflaged in the leaves there. Ages now since you've done a poo. Well, I don't know how you squeeze them out. Very easy picked up on leaves. But they're kind of hard poo. They're that small. They're hardly worth carrying them like. They're not want to put a bun down here because it's too hard for them boys to carry. Up them steps that they made. Oh, bag sealed, bag sealed. Come on this way now, honey. We're going to do this way. Very narrow wee path this now, but I like this path. The another thing here, health and safety there, somebody must have banged it ahead. You see how this rock overlaps? And they built a wee bench there. The wood didn't fall, they removed the wood. But you know somebody's probably banged it ahead sitting down like. And see when the rain's coming, it's not nice there like. I forgot to mention, that's the bridge people jump off. So you hear the boys splashing off and people sitting over there in the sunshine, a wee shower comes on, you're on here nice and dry. Now they took the bench, they took the wood away. This wee bridge here was taken away. It was made of wood, river sleepers and stuff again. And because of the landslide further down, they took that bridge away and they took this bridge away. And I used to still cross it, and it was dodgy crossing here. Because they had a big fence and all up, and there's a big drop here at the end. So it was actually riskier. You see the big drop there like. You get across too far. I was always dodgy trying to get around the fence. So I risked my life because they took that away. And they took it away in the name of health and safety. So when they reopened the path, they put that metal one in. But they didn't have to, there was nothing wrong with everyone. I'm a wee girl now. You ain't doing coronavirus to make a one-way system here. No, I was just trying to praise you there. Now you're going mad again. Where's Luna gone? But this wee path sort of giving way, is it? The wee boards are bending. They've moved the fence in a wee bit. This is, at the end of the day, the ground moves. What can they do, like? And they put an all wee bridge across here. Bridges are alright until a tree falls on them. That's why if you can, you're better off walking the ground. It's not lovely there now, isn't it? Not lovely. I don't know what the GoPro's showing up. It might be getting a bit dark for the GoPro, but that's nice there. Like a nice autumn day, and here we are in January. It's nice and the leaves is off the trees and we get a wee bit of light shining through. So it's going to get dark. There's a waterfall down here. So nobody had access to this waterfall. There's a lovely wee stone bridge. And I can really guarantee that these wee bridges are a lot older than the country park, a bit like them stone towers. And they stuck these out steel railings on them. Oh, there's a wee waterfall, Luna. You need a drink? What do you reckon? Are we head on all even? Now you gotta get into waterfalls or history and geology, you gotta get into all these stuff. Water used to get a bit bored sometimes. Oh, there's the videos coming up. Oh, that nice wee stone bridge there, like. That's the real Macquarie, that's not the concrete pipe jobs. That's properly hand built there. Oh no, a puppy here. You need to hurry up here. No, stay here, let her stay. Don't lead. No harm to them, but you need to hurry up. We can only restrain you for so long, can't we? Oh, you want a treat? For being restrained. Compensation. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, eat treat. There we go. No harm to the wee pup pet, but they look terrified. What would happen if we made an Alsatian? What would happen if we made an Alsatian? I think normally if you're walking here, it's nicer walking up the ways. I'm walking down now. It's nice if you walk up the ways, you're walking towards the waterfalls and things. But I'm just thinking as it gets dark, I don't fancy walking up here and the pitch black. The other side's got a decent footpath. Runs along on the river, but you don't have all the boulders and stuff. In the water, I haven't got much time to play ball with there. So just sniff. I'm really tempted to go to Benone Beach next, you know. It's going to be dark, I won't be able to film it. But do the wee boardwalk, should like that. But then I think I'll go next week in the caravan. But I don't know. Decisions. See, if I had the caravan now, we would get fed and then do it later. She hasn't been fair. I haven't been fair. If we go on to Benone now, what time to get something to eat at? We walk, I've walked down the town park. She loves walking around the body. Luna probably like it too, but I like Luna to do more walking than I'm doing. I'm doing too much as it is now, she's getting me exhausted. So if I walk around the town, she'll stand up to bust out, but I'll be knackered. A wee bird in the middle of the river. A wee bird and the rock in the middle of the river. It's laughing at Luna now. It's laughing at her. But Luna thinks that Luna, who's scared to get her knee wet, is actually eyeing up that bird and thinking, can I get it like? This is where the landslide was here. They closed the path off and led them to spending thousands, tens, it would have been big money on the top path. Because not only did they spend money on the top path, they then had to rebuild bridges in the top path. You see the steel fence up there now? Big steel fence there, you know the ones with spikes on it. That's where it's closed off because people are still walking it, like myself. I was still walking. And they put the steel fence up to stop you because that land's sliding down. They need better go in there with a wee digger and take the loose stuff and just let it pull a bit of it down to get more solid stuff. Get it out of the way and then just put a wee bridge span across there. Problem solved. Probably no rock at all there, it's all soft clay. And it comes across. But like, they're able to come then and put in these stone cages. Why not do that the first time before they close the whole path off? This is a nicer walk. You come here to see the river and all. Nobody wants to go and walk up there on an out lane meant for a tractor. But now that it's come empty, I like to walk it. It's a wee narrow path again. And the thing is, when you get to that fence there, The main path comes down here, but there's a wee ancient path that goes off to the side, a wee narrow one that takes you up to the top of the waterfalls, and a brilliant place to go for bluebells. If you want to see the bluebells, that's the thick with bluebells, that part of the wood, and nobody walks up there. So come the bluebell time, that's where I want to be. You can still walk it. You can't walk it from the main path, but there's still paths walk there, but they're not signposted. You need to know where you're going. All stone cages put in there. Luna's on that old path now. You see the path that they put in to replace this. It's just up a steep hill like the other ones. Every time they run into a wee bit of trouble, climb a hill, climb a hill. So there's the fence and all left from it. So you think, well, the path's closed off, can we not recycle this wood somewhere else? Instead of that, the fence is just left to rot now. Luna, where are you going? Where are you going? Luna! So they spent all that money building this here just to close it off. Luna, man, that's right now! The old waterfall's just round this corner. So she needs to be back down here to get round this waterfall. I say, if you went up there now, if you climbed that fence and went up there, and don't bother passing the bit of the path that's closed off, it brings you around the top, on top of the waterfall. And that path's all safe. So they shouldn't really close that off there. Luna, come on! Luna! 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 She's right up the top of the edge of the forest there, she is now though. Come on! Luna! Come on! So I'm not going to pass this waterfall, she has to come down. See, this wee bridge was left alone, no handrails. And if anything, that's a bigger drop than the last one. So why had they put handrails in the other one? You don't get left behind. There's a nice wee waterfall there. The only wee path takes you along the top of it. Then again, there was a wee seat, we took it away. Look how much wood it takes to make a bench. Well, all they need there was a couple of planks of wood. It's make it too dark shortly now for this camera. We'll have to come back another day and do this pit. How then? How's you go? I guess the water. The other wee footbridge down here, it's a wooden footbridge, and just down below that wooden footbridge is a brilliant place for dogs to go into the water. You can throw the ball right out, even there. You can throw the ball out over halfway. It'll just be up to the knees. It's not very deep. Some real nice spots here. It's all nice smooth gravel. The best bit of the lot is at the very bottom, where there's an old ford down near the Radisson Hotel. They could run the whole length of the ford, soft gravel the whole way across. But if you go in deep water and they were getting in trouble, you know where to get them again. You're out of the park boundary. You wouldn't really get downstream and grab them. So I'd only do it in the summertime. Oh, drop the pip scoop back. I'd only do it in the summertime when the water's well down. You wouldn't mind chance it in the winter. This part of the wood now would be the widest, because out there, not so far, but it's wide enough. And when you're at the other side, you wouldn't see the river, hear the river, and that bit there goes pretty deep. There's a wee pond and all in it, but most people just follow the river. You love the Roevalley. She's pretty well. I would nearly say she's trained now, you know. I would nearly say, because, you know, when you go for your driving test, you're out so many points. She loses points in chasing wildlife. But see everything else. She's nearly trained in everything else now. Comes back by herself, auto retrieval, that's doing it. And it suits her. Pipsquid bin. We're not far off the other bridge now. When I came here years ago, there was a gravel path here, and just you got near the edge of these trees, it's just grass. You're walking on grass. I remember the day they dug it out. It was nice walking on grass, and most of the time it wasn't mucky, it was grass. There's very few walks you go on where you can walk on grass and still get to a bridge. So from this wee bench here downward to the, not that far, it's just a wee grass meadow. So there's another wee path now. That would take you up to the path up the Roevalley and all that. That brings you about halfway, but there's another denser part of the wood in there. Very few people would ever venture in there. Fall down trees and stuff, you have to climb over them. But I was thinking of taking her there, but a wee bit iffy because you're right beside the farmer's field. There's cows in there and the actual farm buildings there. But you can see how they raised that bit of ground up one time because it's boggy ground. And they had wee proper steps and all to take you up that banking. But they don't maintain it now, like. That's left from years ago. Luna, I'm on this way now, pet. Luna! Oh, honey! I wonder how she can run through all them brambles and stuff. So they would have kept this grass all nicely short and all. This would have been all nice like a wee meadow. But they're all against cutting grass now. There's more trees planted. You'd never think it was a wee meadow. It's only because it's all boggy, all them trees sort of grew out there. That was always boggy ground that way out there. They built new steps and all out of the car park. They look quite well made, you know. But we're not going down today. It's going to get too dark. But if you park in the car park, it's like a wee boardwalk. They only done them about 1 or 2 years ago. I'm just going to follow the path up along the river. When it gets dark then you know where you are. I can come down here in the caravan. In the caravan. And the wee puppy, Luna. Look at that wee puppy, Luna. Look at that wee puppy. A wee bit smaller than you, Pip. Right then. Oh no, Luna, don't annoy it. Right down the bottom now, wet wood. Another wee car park there. See it in the car park there, it's very small, maybe about 6 cars. If you take a walk up the lane, you'll find an old cart road, goes under the trees. And that's the wee path that takes you around the back. That's the one I was saying about. Oh, they're putting on plastic decking now. And not a lot of dogs when they walk the plastic decking. They built this wee bridge here with wooden handrails. And ones were carved into the wooden handrails. And the handrails is part of the structure of the bridge. So they put the metal over the handrails. And then later on they come to put on this wooden, this metal grill. Now you've got a wooden beam. These bridges, they bounce a wee bit. They don't swing or nothing, but they bounce. If I want to get into the river now, that's the spot down there, but we're not going into the river now. Come on now, Luna! Do you know what? We'll go up these steps and back down again. Actually, you can do steps. I avoided steps by a wee willow. That's a nice wee flat path there. It's a wee bit sandy under your feet where the river comes over from time to time. This goes up to the car park. We'll go up to the car park, we'll head straight down the hill again. And get an idea what's here. So there's an oil mill laid there. And well, the mill was the bottom, is a house now. No sign of the mill. This is Fulham. That one started off at the weir where I said that the women would have changed. That's where that starts off. So it's right wee limp. These steps here are not too steep. Not very high. Easy to walk, nice deep steps like. They made this car park up here bigger. Wouldn't bring the caravan in. The road down just pretty narrow. See, the thing you park here, you have no toilets or nothing. It's okay for locals. If you're coming to visit the park, you as well go up the main car park. Then you got the toilets, the wee cafe. And you can walk down here like I've done today. Normally if I was walking here, I'd park out in the road and walk in. But if you're doing the whole country park, you're better off in the middle car park, the main one. Are you getting tired yet, Pet? I know I'm getting tired. We're not stopping at Ballykelly on the way home today, I know. See, we did do Ballykelly too, like. Pre-hen. Hold on, Luna. So this is original wee car park here, and that wee bit after the exit there is the added on. The wee wood goes on out there as well. See it past that field, the trees. Come on, Luna, this side, Luna, this side. They did predict where the car is going to go. He's not going to go right, he's going to go left of anyway. Luna, this side. I will go back down the river here now. Come on back down to the river, Pet. That's my girl. The boys used to play the mountain bikes in there. Used to be like a big hole and big steep hills. And they actually came in with chainsaws and cut down a couple of trees to stop the boys going down from the mountain bikes. Luna, I don't want you eating shit again now. Luna! Mom! She's dying her up. I don't know what she's eating. Come on this way, Luna. I'm keeping my eyes on you, girl. Luna, do you want a treat? Are the new ones in my pocket? I'm depriving you now of treats. You're going to end up losing weight. You tell the vet you're forced to eat shit because I'm not giving you enough of treats. You're dwindling away. You know what? This new pack is tightly open. Maybe I should put some of these under the old packet. They're handy. Luna says if the treats were bigger, you could grab them better. I'm tight for cutting them in two. That's what Luna thinks. Starting to get dark now. It is getting dark. Everybody says, it's clear at 5 o'clock. Clear at 5 o'clock. I said, it's not clear at 5, you're stuck on a wood. Let's see what time it is now. We're doing it if it's 5 o'clock, wouldn't it? 6:47. We might get to 5 o'clock. It's always a bit clearer near the river. Even this path here has been rebuilt. That's the original path there. See if I walk here now. This is what the original path was like years ago. And they built that one there. It was just a wee narrow path. That's the boys played there in the bicycles. Oh, they deliberately felled trees and all to stop them using it. So they're telling all these young boys plant trees, and then they go and they cut down a pair of trees just to stop them using the mountain bikes. And in saying that, the trees they fell will probably be insects that move and help the bird life and the wildlife. Where the boys in the mountain bikes were keeping wildlife away, they turned the place into muck, and then the rain will wash the soil away. So maybe it was environmental friendly, cut down them couple of trees. But instead they say they brought in other trees and chucked them. They cut down the trees that were nearby and just left them when they fell. Seems that lazy way of doing it, something you do in a tantrum. So there's the new path going out there, there's the old one. I like doing the old one, I'm stubborn. Luna! They come back together like, was that not nicer? You can mind your riverside walk. It needs to be beside the river. Not away in there. People who run treadmills and gyms, they'd love it in there. The training shoes are staying nice and clean. It's funny how all these years these wee paths haven't disappeared. No, they probably haven't blocked them off and fallen down trees. You still get birds like me, you still get fishermen, you still get dogs and all run on them. And vegetation's never been able to grow back on it. Maybe if they cut down a few more trees and let light in, things might grow here. This is the only bit of wood that's got pine trees in it. There's a story behind the pine trees, can't remember what it was. Well, it wasn't a forestry, it wasn't the NIEA planted them. It must have been the previous owner trying to cash in a bit of money. Come on, Luna! So that's the mill race there up at the side. I used to walk that years ago too, walk on top of it. See, I'm awkward me, like, I don't like walking normal paths. Luna! Look at the view you have up here now, like. A nice view. If you walk on the normal path, you don't see half the stuff. Come on now, honey. Oh, the road breaking out here. I've got the balcony view. Oh, there's a swimmer, there's a swimmer. Will Luna go on? Will Luna go on? Right across the river, that one. Right across. We're not going there, should be flapping. The thing with this river, if you start getting washed downstream, you wouldn't have to swim out there. Just run up and down and the river gets shallow again. Luna, swimming! Luna, just playing. The wee pup's just playing. Luna! Luna, you're distracting it. It's just playing, pet. It's having fun. Oh, it's back out again now. Where's she at now, like? Look at her walking the plank. She hasn't a clue. She's walking the piece of wood. She does not want to swim. Luna, more over this way. Look at the shape of that there. She's right on now, she's swimming. Luna is swimming. She'll learn. She'll learn. You're all wet now, honey. You're all wet now, Luna. Come on up. Trying to walk a slippy plank. No, but whenever you're at the same side of the river with dogs, she never follows them in. Why is she going to follow that one in now? Luna, come on now, we need to go. Come on. Luna! Getting stressed. I'm getting stressed. Come on now, Luna! Luna! Come on! Come on, you're getting everybody stressed. Look at the shape of that. She's going in and pouting herself. She's just jumping and diving. Luna, up, up, up! Luna! Luna! Up, up, up! Come on, calm down now, but there's the wee waterfall over there now. Don't know if it's showing up or not. No, no more craziness now. Hey Luna, would a wee treat help calm you down? Would a wee treat help calm you down with it? And the treat board, look at the wee tummy breathing hard like. There we go. Oh, you need the calories you burnt up there. Oh, you need your calories back. The wee treats made it all better. We'll get as far as this wee summer hut. I might have to turn the camera off there, it's going to be too dark. Where's Luna going? She was proper swimming there. The only good thing about Luna now is she can climb up vertical places as long as the cold doesn't get there. She does not like the cold. Cold makes her muscles hard to use. First week I got her, she was shivering a couple of times. I haven't seen her shivering since. She's in that water now, but she's not shivering. How you doing? Luna! Luna! You were very good there. That wee puppy's on a lead. And you were very good. A wee treat, I reckon. A wee treat. And a pet. Come on. When I came here years ago, there was a wee steel bridge here. There's an overflow. And at that time, water probably still could have down there, so they had a wee steel bridge over the top. But that's completely dammed off now. No water can get down that. So they took the wee bridge away. I used to love that place there. All my pups have played around there. Brilliant place for them running. To do all them wee bits and pieces. And you get a wee bit of beach when the water's low. And a wee seat and all out there. No, it's not there, it's up a wee bit. It's up a wee bit to play with. Or too soon, that's the boulders. Round this corner is where we're going to play with. And a wee bit of a beach and all, and a wee bit of sand, and a wee seat. and it's all grassy like that there. They can run around it. I've never had a pup going on them rocks. Look at the leap she does. How did she ever learn to jump like that and you can't swim? She is on slippy rocks leaping and yet doesn't want to go into the water. Luna! Where has Luna gone? Where has Luna gone? Now over here, this is where I want to play with them. Wee beachy bit over here, and they used to love running over all these wee lumps and bumps. How you doing? Luna! Come on up here, pet, look! Oh, she went straight into the stone. Over here, Luna, look! Wee pups used to love running around here. Luna! She's doing all the high butts. Look, all the sand! Sand! And see, my other ones had talent. They'd have brought a ball back. I could have sat down in a wee rock or something to see today. I could have sat down in a wee rock and chucked the ball. And they dabbled the wee toes. Where has Luna gone? I don't know, it's going to get dark. I might get this wee Victorian house, wee changing rooms in, just up in that hill before it's too dark. Oh, honey! Yeah, a lot of the huskies disappear from here. You wouldn't have had a bridge there. See how pipes they put in? When they sealed this off in the water, they just made a passageway here and they want to stop you going this way. But this is the way you would have walked. Luna! Luna! Come on! Bear in mind at the start of the walk, you see how narrow the path was. So this was no narrower than it was down below. Look at that over the tree, that there, boys, eh? She is unbelievable. What she can do. I'm going to have a problem getting over that. Look, she's whacked down in there now, look. So the Blue Steel Bridge is right in front of us, and that's where the steps came down from when we came back from the car. Luna, Mona, away from that, Luna, 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 away from that. I'm walking where the water should be. This is where you would have walked. You would have walked up here where Luna's went. There's what's left of the original gates. There's still bits of it left. You close off the gates to control the water going down the mud race. Where's she gone now? So there's not a lot of it left now, like. So this wee bridge would have been for the workmen and all. Would have worked the mills. Luna, come on, you're going haywire. Come on this way now. Luna, come on this way. I see these wee steps over here. Look, I'm on this way, look. So when I came here years ago, this had a roof on it made of wooden shingles. It wouldn't have been original. But young boys, it's got a fireplace in it. And of course people lit a fire in the fireplace. But the roof was burnt. We took the roof away. Some of the stones have been, some of the bricks have been removed since then. They've fallen away. They're not making no effort at all to maintain this. Like, where's them bricks gone? When they had a roof, this section was still in place. There's the wee fire, you see, so that's asking for trouble, isn't it? You get young boys, so you can see there, when them bricks was out there, you would have had big wooden shells coming out. And that would have been your seats. You could sit down there, one on each side, a wee fire. Don't know if they ever had glass windows in it. There was nothing like that, you don't see nothing. But I imagine they would have had it in the days, how do you know? Because it's summertime, like. You still think of glass windows in it. But you don't see no fittings. There's no need for damp-proof coats or nothing like that, like. It's only a wee bathing house. Well, maybe come out here and get changed on. They might have a wee table there in the middle, see the way the bricks is all carved, and they might have a wee cup of tea. So I'm going to bring down a wee cup of tea and all. Bear in mind, they're right bit away from any house here. You wouldn't have the fancy paths. Now, you could have went up that way on up to the path below, above, but they've all that fenced off. Let them on this way. Let's see. But even if they don't put the roof on it, you'd miss it now, you'd miss it. People walk past and doesn't know, they have no idea what year it actually is. It's over 100 years old or whatever it is, it's well over 100 years old. Probably 150. Just leaving the wee summer house. Memory card's full. 128 gigabyte memory card all filled up today. 128 gigabyte, Luna. For some reason YouTube cut down the quality. And so I had to record in, I guess, 50 frames a second. It doesn't even come out near that on YouTube. But it takes up more memory card. It means I get better quality when I put the video straight to my TV at the home. So you don't get it on YouTube. I'd like to know what these other ones do to get the high definition. I like Apple phones and all, they use half the memory roughly for the same quality, the way they work. But then you have to have the whole system, Apple computers and all that. What minimum wage, Luna? How they feed you? Come on out. There's another place that would have had wee steps and all. I took them away and put this ramp in. They really put this ramp in. It's getting too dark to record this thing's down. They put this ramp in to fix the weir down there. But they put the road straight down the hill. And they put the fence in, so the fence was, you could lift out sections of the fence. And that's at the same time they did this ramp. But then again, they cut the road halfway through the woods, like. The fence is all gone completely. So why did they need a fence to begin with? And now there's no fence at all. Why did they go that expense at the start? Now the fence hasn't all fell away, it's been removed. There's about more money removing it. Some boys have got a new fence around their front garden. There used to be a wee seat here, a wee seat's gone. They planted trees here, this used to be all open grassland here down that hill. And you can sit in the wee seat and knocked out. Wee seat's taken away. So the wee seat would have been round about here. And the path came up along there. Yeah. I might stop taping now. It's going to be too dark. So that's part of the, when they fixed the way they used that grass, that lane there, took straight down. Once you go down that way, there's a wee bit of open green. Haven't been there in years. Cut across that, and then you're on the main lane coming in to the forest. Go straight past the road car park. How you doing? Hey, pup. Hey, pup. So that's the O'Cahon's Rock. That's where the boys do the abseiling from. I think I've only been in that 2 or 3 times. Never gone up when I've got a dog with me. First time to go on that was after wee Lucy died. After Bonnie. After I lost Bonnie. I came around here one day with no Bonnie, no dog, and you see everybody else walking the dogs. Bonnie wasn't my dog, Bonnie was a friend's dog. But he moved house, took Bonnie well. That's the steps. Them steps take you down to the Blue Bridge, steel one. That's where they come out. Cairns Fort's just up here. Nothing to see. I'm not looking for squirrels this time of night, are you? Oh, Luna, I'm tired. How can you be still looking for squirrels? I can barely move my legs. I have a wee twirl bar in the car, I'm going to need it. Oh, I need a bit of extra energy, wee boost. If I was running or walk a bit slower, I could go a bit slower. So that's the main lane in there now. If you went down there to the left, that would take you down to the lower car park. Just a lane. Boring lane. If you go off here now to the right, left, if you go off to the left, that's where the wood widens out a wee bit. And there's a wee pond all down there. Brings you back out in this lane. But it's the deepest part of the wood that's here. From that bit of wood to the far side, that's the deepest bit. That's the path I used to come in from Roevalley. When I got my friend's dog in Roevalley, I came in that entrance. And you start off, you go up a private lane. And during foot and mouth, the farmer has closed the gate off with barbed wire, and after the foot and mouth ended, he never reopened it. Still closed this day. So there's another, you take the expense of building a footpath there, handy access for ones in Roevalley. But the right over who owned access to the gate. The gate belonged to the NIEA, and that was the one that he had barbed wire off. That's not to say he blocked the private lane, because people had to go up the private lane to the houses. He blocked the exit gateway. Come on now, Luna. No, but when it came to nothing, still closed. Luna! Oh, that's Deer Park Field or something. The sign's gone. That's where deer would have been for the upper class to go and shoot. Big field for the deer, so they go out deer stalking. Backing your boys around here with money. So that might have started off with maybe 20-30 small fields. And you just take all the boundaries away and make one big open field, make it easy to shoot. That goes to O'Cahon's Rock. We're not going to see much. Luna, I'm on down O'Cahon's Rock. We can't really go on it as such because there's a shop that go through it all. That's not even going to show up. And it's hardly worthwhile. Wherever you go in Ireland, there's always a pile of stones somewhere, and you're always told that's where they ruled such a place from. Is that like the same as today with councils? Some days the one council with a wee pile of stones, that's where the rulers were. You know, like, they weren't very big fortune today, like. How much, you know, taking it how far you could travel. No papers, no news. How did anybody 20 miles know why this is a ruler here? Well, it's not just a matter you walk along the road, somebody pulls a soda out on you, so you hand your money over. It didn't matter who they were. Well, he built this castle here, a wee awkward place, so one must have wanted to get at him, like. He was under threat. So whereas a ruler and not a ruler, he was vulnerable. So there's a wee castle up on that rocky mound there. Nothing there to see, like. Might be a wee bit of a sign here. O'Cahern's Castle. There's a picture of the wee summer house with a roof on it as I mean it. Had a wee roof on it like a summer house. 1609, early 1500s, and was occupied until 1609. So it was occupied till the British came, the English settlers. Not saying what age is a wee summer house. Not mentioning the summer house. O'Cahern's clan, O'Cahern's castle. Clans are a group of families of a common ancestor. The O'Cahern clan ruled until they were supplanted or something. SUP planted by English settlers in the 17th century. The last chief, Daniel O'Cahern, was knighted by James I in 1607 for surrendering land to the crown. Soon afterwards, however, he was implicated in the Tyrone rebellion. Always rebellions, always had to start in trouble, and was imprisoned in the Tower of London. How does that man who used to sit in a wee house there, a castle there, end up in the Tower of London? How long did it take you to travel there in them days? Did they cross a sailing ship? And it took ages to get from here to the Tower of London. And was imprisoned in the Tower of London, where he died in 1628. She's not even buried here, nothing like. Didn't say what age he was. According to legend, I can't be bothered with legends, but according to legend, a O'Cahern horseman evaded the pursuers by leaping from the 80-foot high ravine cliff and stayed to the other side of the river. Legend has it he landed on a rock, leaving an imprint of a hoof. That's the exact same as Strabane Glen, Hamilton's Leap. You still see the horseman. Same like story, like. These boys were drinking in bars and stuff.